All right, you have 6 minutes, go ahead.
Savitude is addressing a $30 billion problem in e-commerce. How can 1/3 of clothing be returned because it doesn't fit? Our research has given us a point of view on this problem. For example, when designers are taught to do their craft, they're told to use one of two design body shapes, the hourglass or the rectangle. But these are only 2 of 9 body shapes. This single decision takes half of women off of the design table. The problem with returns is more than just a size or a measurement issue. The solution must include shape. I'm Camilla Olson. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a recovering venture capitalist. I hold 2 patents, and I was the founder of 2 other predictive modeling companies. One went public, the other one was acquired for $100 million shortly after it was launched. I also have a master's in fashion design. Savitude is making dressing well ridiculously easy. We make recommendations on clothing for an individual body shape and proportion using the design details in an individual garment. Our IP is scalable very easily. Our AI, visual recognition, machine learning, knowledge-based systems classify assortments. Our user interface captures a shopper's shape and her proportion, and these together comprise the shape filter technology. Let's have a look at it, Nick. Go to our demo. A shopper will come across Savitude on the homepage of our for our customer site with the words "Powered by Savitude." And in our demo, we will see eventually our first client that we're announcing today, Jake, a luxury fashion designer in San Francisco. And he's chosen to work with us because he believes that we will offer the same confidence and fit to his ready-to-wear customers that he offers in his studio to his custom clientele. So Nick has been answering the questions that our shoppers will answer. These 7 questions will give us enough information on her shape and proportion to tell us that she has a bottom hourglass shape, and we have other information on her proportion. And so now we'll enter her boutique. So this is her personalized boutique, and let's go into dresses, Nick. And here we'll see 5 dresses. And these 5 dresses is a subset of Jake's entire collection. But these 5 dresses are perfect for this shopper's body and proportion. So we've taken everything in this collection and narrowed it down to what works for her, making her shopping a whole lot easier. And we can do that for a whole department store as well. So there are other competitors in the marketplace. Mostly, though, they have a different approach. For example, TrueFit and Body Me, they will tell you what size to buy, but they fail to tell you how you will look in those clothes. They won't give you a subset to make your shopping easier. Nick, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Savitude emphasizes our proprietary fashion domain knowledge by focusing on the knowledge of the body shape and the principles of aesthetics. Our patent-pending knowledge base classifies body shape and clothing to provide our proprietary recommendations. Savitude does improve our retail economics. Our future is to expand into all accessories and to the apparel marketplace, keeping in mind that we want to put the right product mix in the right location to avoid this situation. Our enterprise implementation fits easily into our customers' inventory management system. We have an annual contract with an upfront fee and a percentage of sales. We're talking to boutiques and department stores, including an inbound multi-billion-dollar corporation. If you want to increase your sales, decrease your returns, change the way people shop, if you want to help women, help all women, and not just the few idolized women, talk to us, because we want to work with you. Thank you.
All right, judges, let's start us off.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you have the industry expertise. You have a master's in fashion design, and you just happen to be a serial entrepreneur with 2 exits. Congrats.
Thank you.
So for any entrepreneurs who are watching, we entrepreneurs pitch at any point. It just so happened that your co-founder ended up pitching me while I was on the makeup chair, and I found out that you met because he is friends with your son. So tell me a little bit more about your team, including your son's bestie.
My son's what?
Bestie.
My son's bestie. So can he tell about himself?
Sure.
Sure. So I was great friends with Mark in elementary school and middle school and high school. We did a bunch of shows together, and that's how I originally met Camilla.
But let's wrap this up quickly. I know Nick because throughout high school he took all his math classes and taught him at Stanford and taught himself how to code from middle school on. So I knew he's very, very smart. He went to University of Michigan with a double major and did rather well there.
So she recognized this problem in the market and came to me asking if I would be able to build out a solution, and we sort of went from there.
Great.
Yeah.
So about the team, who's Beth, for example? Like, how many founders are you? Why are not they all here?
Oh, because they would only let 2 of us come on stage.
Okay.
We have 5 now.
maybe you should, that's a hint that maybe 3 or 4 co-founders is not such a great idea. Maybe there's a reason why there's 2 on stage usually. Maybe you should think about the structure of having too many founders sometimes can be a problem. It's very enticing in the beginning to help, but
this solution grew out of my fashion label, where we worked together there, and we lived this problem. So one of our co-founders I went to school with, fashion school, and we founded a fashion label together, and we actually built the knowledge base together.
Okay.
So 4 of us are on our patent application. 4 of us are on the patent application together.
Okay. Can you tell me more about the technology? Because I saw the input questionnaire, which is kind of basic. You mentioned AI. You need to reach critical data mass for AI. To tell me more about how you apply it.
So at the core of our system is a knowledge-based system. So we model the map between user descriptive spaces and garment descriptive spaces, right? Our descriptions of our garments and our descriptions of our users. That's modeled in our knowledge base, and that is initially seeded with domain expertise. So we have fashion experts like Camilla input their knowledge into that knowledge base, and that's utilized as the initial. It avoids the cold start issue that's classic in AI and machine learning.
What's the onboarding process like when you sign up each new fashion brand or company, do you have to understand their dresses and their material as well?
So what we do is we take the inventory from the retailers, and from images of that inventory, we classify it in our descriptive space. Our garment descriptive space is purely qualitative. So all of our garment descriptions can be generated from image analysis.
Are these just images that you get from the retailer, or do you need to actually do some
It's
new
just
type
the
of
standard images that the retailer would have on their shop.
How long does that process take every time you sign up a new retailer?
So it takes probably a second or two per style, per item. So not terribly long.
How do you deal with the issue of self-reporting, right? Because I might think of myself as an apple, but maybe I'm really a pear. So you might suggest the wrong sort of stuff to me based on what I'm telling you I'm shaped like.
Well, first of all, we don't use the fruit system.
Okay.
That's been proven not to translate well to.
Fair enough.
Okay. But we also have a confirmatory step in there where it identifies what your shape is. There's print that says, here's confirmed by this step. So people should do that, and that'll
Can you give me
kick out if it's wrong.
How does that work? Is it taking a picture of me, or
No,
how do I confirm
it's
that?
actually more quantitative. Like it'll say that if you are a bottom hourglass, and I'm just pulling words because I don't have memorized that. That means your hip ratio to your waist must be at least twice as large as your bust to your waist.
I see.
It's that kind of. It's a mathematical.
Because we've been asking relative proportion questions, it's fairly easy for a user to correctly classify whether their hips or bust is larger, right? There's not too much of the societal impact coming into play there.
Is this a replacement sale? Like, for example, Neiman Marcus has TrueFit. TrueFit has some pretty good reach out in the marketplace. How do you offset it? Because you'd have to be orders of magnitude better than TrueFit to be able to replace them. Or are you going after new brands?
So
Answer in 2 seconds. I mean, 2 sentences.
We actually can work alongside. We solve a different problem than TrueFit, and we actually help TrueFit become better.
Because their shape, their size, and your shape.
We reduce the amount, and we actually will help conversion. We'll increase the conversion for the shopper.
All right, so we are out of time. So give it up one more time for Savitude.
Thank you.